Hi guys, welcome back to our video again. So in this video, we gotta flush the coolant. We already have took out the reservoir tank. As you can see, it's not here. We took it out and then we noticed that there's a lot of gum inside. You can see it's pretty black inside. It's like a dark hole. I don't feel optimistic pouring out the coolant. Okay, as you can see, it's all chalky and black and there's a lot of dirt residue inside. So what we gotta do is we gotta wash this out because from outside you cannot tell the level. So we soak it for a night, use some hot water, rinse it. So we put some nuts inside and then shake it, sort of like stretch it out, and then we will put it back on later. So what we need to do now is to flush the balance or whatever inside here from the reservoir tank and the gum and residue. Okay, what we see here is all the secured bolt. I don't see any like release bolt here, so probably we gotta remove this clamp and then drain out from here. I hope it doesn't make a mess here, so we prepare this cardboard. It was a very hot morning early on, so now everything went crazy, so suddenly a huge downpour. We need to remove all the bolt from the left side panel because the radiator is inside. So total there's 6 bolt and 2 plastic rivet. Thereafter we can take out this panel. We will put this panel aside. So what we gotta do next is to open up this cap. Okay, it looks good, but you can see there's a lot of gum inside the side, as you can see here. So we just clean it up. Because we are sort of like lazy to remove this skid plate, so what we gotta do is we will put some cloth, okay, somewhere around. If the coolant splash out, this rug will actually soak it rather than it flushing all the way into the skid plate, which is hard to wipe off. We also prepare a cardboard, so definitely it will splash out. It's just how severe it will splash out. So I use a size 7 to unbolt this. Loosen this. We will put the bucket as close as we can. We will connect as much coolant into this bucket as we can. Okay, as you see, we make a huge mess. So as you can see here, the coolant is actually pretty chalky. We probably gotta flush it multiple times in order to clear out all the gum. So there are still quite a fair bit inside the pump. So what we gotta do, we gotta suck it out. This is just a normal syringe. We just want to draw as much coolant as we can before we put in distilled water. So lesson learned, there's no easy way, there's only the right way. So we took out the bash plate and then we have drained out or cleaned out most of the residue inside. So now we gotta put in distilled water and heat cycle it. We went to buy some water in a bag now. So by right, I think the best should be distilled, but we couldn't find distilled, so we used the pure drinking water. I think the key thing is ensure there's no mineral inside and sodium and salt off, because all this will cause crystallization, which you will have some like a brownish kind of scaling stuff left over on your radiator. That's why we try to avoid using tap water also to prevent scaling. We forget to bring our funnel out, but let's see, it shouldn't be too hard to just pour it in from a bottle standpoint. Oh, stupid rookie mistake. So we forget to clamp the hose back before we start pouring. Luckily we realized, if not it will never be full and then you see the whole floor is wet. We slice open the empty bottle and use it as a funnel. So all we need to do is just pour it in. Because we're still soaking our reservoir tank, so we will use the bottom of the bottle to make it as a makeshift one. We add some water in and then it can be able to excrete out water or suck in water if it needs to. So once it's full, make sure you cap this back up and then make sure it's tightened because there will be pressure. So once all set and done, we are ready to heat cycle the radiator system or the cooling system. Let the engine run. to 105 where the radiator fan starts to kick in, and then we will just shut it off. It will take a while, so all we have to do is a waiting game. So at the same time, just inspect that if there is any leak or any improper reinstallation, just to be safe before the pipe actually bursts out due to the pressure built in. Okay, we can see that the temperature is slowly climbing up, and then it will be quite a wait before it hits 105. You can see some discoloration inside here, so probably it's forcing out some of the air and also in exchange taking in some of the water. We are giving it a few good reps to build up the temperature faster. 105 now. You can see the fan starts spinning pretty loud. And we will cue off the engine and let it cool down before we flush it. While waiting for the engine to cool down, we actually went through the service menu. We noticed that there's a drain plug, which is this guy here. It looks like it's holding to the water pump, but not too sure. Later we will try it out. But it makes sense because it has something like a half cap funnel thing that helps to flush out the water. So while waiting for the bike to cool down, we actually went back to wash this reservoir tank one more time. So now you can see it's much cleaner, but the discoloration can't be fixed because it has been there for almost a decade. Okay, so we check the water temperature first. It's 55 now, so I guess it's bearable with your bare hand. So just in case, we have set up more rub here, and then we use the 8mm socket and untie this drain bolt. Wow, it's damn tight, man. Okay, broke loose, water is coming out. So put it close, no water come out. Or maybe the passageway is clogged, not too sure. Maybe why is it not leaking is because of air pressure. So we will try to open this. Okay, as you can see, once we open up this cap and release the pressure, the drain plug is actually working. Looks pretty optimistic because the color is quite clear. Probably we gotta flush it one more time, but we just wait for it to drip dry, and then we gotta install this back while waiting. You will see this 2 bolt inside here, which is where you have to attach it into. So now is the challenging part on how to squeeze it back in. So first off, we have to tuck off this reservoir cap out of the way. So we have clear path to squeeze this thing in, and I need 2 hands to do so because you need to slowly feed it in. We'll be right back. So we managed to drop the whole thing in, and then all we have to do now is to put it back in place and put the screw back. So you have 2 similar bolts that you need to bolt back. Tiny ratchet to be able to reach in. Okay, your hand should be able to fit in and bolt it with just your fingers. You should be able to tighten it. Okay, all the way down with your fingers, something like that, and then you can return back your cap, and you can plug it in later. The other screw, the bottom one, have to be done via the other end. Bottom screw, you will have to go through this part here where your finger can go in, match them in. Not sure whether you can see where's my finger. And then slowly put them in. Once it's hand tightened, then after you use your size 10 ratchet to reach out and tighten it. It doesn't need to be very tight. It's just 7 Newton meter of torque. So we fill it up again with another bottle, and then we just repeat the whole cycle again. So this is the second flush. As you can see, the water is, I would say, almost clear. So we are good. After this, we will be able to put the coolant back in. So we will fill the reservoir tank with our coolant. We're using a Aide. This one doesn't come with antifreeze. So in Southeast Asia, you don't really need. I mean, what's the lowest temperature you can go? 20 degree, 19 degree. So this is better in terms of heat regulation. Then break the seal. It's pre-mixed, so it's ready. You can just pour it in. Don't need to mix with or dilute with water. All right, so we have placed back the skid plate, tighten up the drainage board, and then right now we got to put back the coolant. So this part is not rocket science. All you need to do is just pour it in slowly. Make sure you don't create too much air and foam inside. So we fill this part to the brim and then we cap it. So because of the discoloration, we can't really tell where's the marking. So how you can do it is actually you shine a light, you will see two tones of brown. To identify the darker tone is basically your water level. So we overfill it to a little bit here. However, no need to worry because the system might have some air inside, so the excess will be sucked back into the system probably over the next few cycles. The last part will be securing back this side panel, and then not to forget the plastic rivet. Okay, so now we are good to go. Thank you for watching this video. See you on the next one. Bye bye.